Good morning, everyone. It's Yvonne here to do you what's cracking reading. It's still so chilly. I wish it would start warming up. There's a little bit of warmth during the day now, but the nights are still quite cold here in Wodonga. Hope that the weather's good in your place. If I've got anybody watching from some of those places who are experiencing some really tough times at the moment, I have a family in Canada and they were sharing pictures of the flooding and fires. So if you're in an area which is in danger, please keep safe. Um, what else can I say? It's awful. Those sort of tragedies, and Hawaii too. I forgot about that. Those sort of tragedies are just really, really terrible when there's very little you can do to help people from afar. But anyway, our thoughts and wishes go out to all of you who are struggling with those things at the moment. Um, okay, please beware. Scammers are still operating on my page, along with the silly people who just put stupid stuff up there. If you're going to put stupid stuff on my page, I'm only going to delete you. If you're looking for a rise, I won't give it to you. So do what you need to do. For those of you with the scammers, a lot of people at the moment saying, oh, we can cast a spell for you, call this number, follow this email. They are not me. They are posing to be somebody else. If you want to have a reading with them or go with them, I cannot validate them for you because they're using my page as a way to drum up readings. So obviously they don't have their own page. If they did, then they would be doing what I'm doing. So please be careful of those. If you do need to write to me or ask me for a reading, the only email address I use for the readings is theausiegoddess@gmail.com. That's it. There is no other. If I reply to you on a different email, that's a different story. But for you to write to me, that is the safest one to use. No letters, no numbers, just the Aussie Goddess, all one word, @gmail. So please check email addresses too, because I have got caught up with an email address that came to me that looked exactly like it should, and when I went in closer they changed one letter, which I thought was pretty clever. All right, let's get into this reading. So today I'm going to use the Modern Witch Tarot for this reading. And let's see what's happening in the tarot world. Okay, so we've got the Knight of Cups coming through. The Knight of Cups is a card that represents somebody taking action, generally on something to do with a love. It can be a romantic offer in that cup. It can be an offer to do something you love. So somebody could come to you and say, I want to go overseas on a holiday. Would you like to come with me? And the Knight of Cups would represent that. Or they could say, hey, we're expecting a baby. We're getting married. Please, we want you to come to our wedding. Whatever. That would be a Knight of Cups one too. Only if they're coming to you in person. So always remember, the Knights are taking action. They're not like the Pages where they're only delivering messages. So there's a very big difference between those two energies. The other thing, of course, it represents is the water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and very often the Knights can represent a younger water sign. In these particular decks, they're not necessarily male or female. In this particular one, I think their majority are females depicted, but like I always say, if you see a king, knight, page, and it looks like a male, all it means is somebody is stepping forth with a masculine energy. So doesn't necessarily denote male or female. So when we see the Knight of Cups, we know somebody is taking action on a love offer. So whether this is a love, it could be a friendship, for example. It could be the offer of doing something you really love to do. Hey, let's go abseiling if you're an abseiler, whatever. Let's go swimming, diving, that sort of offer as well. So we know somebody's coming in with an offer. It looks like it's a King of Swords. So this is somebody, again, standing in masculine energy. Could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, certainly could be male or female. The thing is, the King of Swords is a very different energy. It's an air sign, so it's a very different energy. This is someone who is being very truthful, very open, very honest, but has a clear indication of the direction they want to go in. So if this king is coming towards you, it's somebody who knows what they want. They may be a little cold, they may be a little direct, it may be sometimes a little bit sort of confronting when somebody's up front with you like that. But I really feel that this is sort of the best communication because it's open, honest, truthful. All right, and we have the Justice card behind that. So I would be wondering here, especially with the three of these, are you involved in sort of some sort of litigation, legal energy? The King of Swords for me often represents a court person, a lawyer, somebody who is putting like that sword straight down. And then you've got this beautiful Justice card behind that. So if you're waiting for a settlement, a class action suit to settle, something being offered as part of a process in the courtrooms, I would say to you that is happening here. And we have the Seven of Pentacles, so there's money involved. If this isn't for you a court thing, what this would say to me is that somebody is coming in to make some sort of offer to you, and it's more than likely something to do with finances or resources. It could be a job offer, it could be an offer to buy something, sell something, but there's a money transaction here. Let's go one more. Oh, look at that, Ten of Pentacles. If you are trying to sell something, it could be a house, especially with the lawyer and the Justice card there. If you are selling something or buying something, I feel like this is going to be a very positive transaction with that Ten of Pentacles. If it is a relationship offer, then I would say to you, this is a really, really good offer. Whoever wants to sort of wine and dine or woo you, whatever you'd like to say, I feel like this person can certainly back up what they're offering. Absolutely. So let's have a look at a little bit deeper. All right, so I have the Four of Pentacles here with the Three of Wands, the Seven of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles. Okay, I like that the Three of Pentacles here is because it looks to me like some sort of contract is taking place, something is being handed over, something is being given here. And it looks like whatever this is, it's finally, that Four of Pentacles, I feel like you may have been waiting a long time. It could mean that you have been, say, for example, had your house on the market for a really long time or been looking for a house. It could also mean here that you've waited for somebody for a long time, but whatever this is, you've been sitting on it. You've been sitting on it. You've been waiting. Waiting patiently. And you know, this Seven of Wands energy makes me feel that you have perhaps, you could have fought off other offers. You could have found other things but made a decision not to go with them because you had yourself fixed on this particular offer. But that Three of Pentacles here tells me that what is coming to you in its place is a contracted agreement. So either this is a contract for a house, a contract for work. If it is a love situation, which the Three of Pentacles can represent as well, then you have some sort of emotional contract coming through. Sometimes I see it as a spiritual contract where, you know, somebody is really instrumental on your path. Even if it's a friendship, it's somebody that you have a very strong tie to when you get that Three of Pentacles. To me, it feels like a spiritual contract. Okay, so we have the World card coming through with the Empress. I tell you, I nearly always get major arcanas on this row. Washed my hair yesterday and I'm still molting. Okay, so the Eight of Pentacles makes me feel here that it could be for some of you about work. But for others of you here, and I had this energy last week, I think, too, this makes me feel like perhaps you've been waiting for, you know, some people doing IVFs, waiting for a positive result, waiting for something to happen there, because it definitely feels like you could be pregnant or full of life. This could be a business. Perhaps you've been trying to get a business off the ground and you've gone for a grant. But for me, I'm going to go down the track of romance because I feel like here you've been waiting for somebody for a long time. I feel like you haven't given up on them. Absolutely not. You're waiting. You've been waiting. And I feel like you have this feeling that whoever this person is, you're meant to be with. So you've sort of hung out for that. The World card, however, with the Empress makes me feel like somehow or another this time around you're doing it on your terms. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to be big and brazen and bowl people over or be aggressive or whatever. What I'm saying here is you've done the work in the meantime. You understand your own boundaries. You understand what you want from this situation. And I feel like you're coming in a little bit more determined with this. I think that the attitude when you get into that energy is, if you don't like what I'm asking for, then I can do no more. So that's the sort of energy I've got coming through. This Empress is the middle of the reading. So to me, she has made her mind up that she wants something a certain way, and she is not letting that go. So I feel like here, even though you'd probably with the Eight of Pentacles be prepared to negotiate, I feel like you're putting down some ground rules here. Okay, and then we have the Emperor coming out right over the top of the Empress. So that's really interesting with the Page of Cups. There's your offer going back. And we do have the Tower. So I'm going to pull another card to go over that. I have the Seven of Swords, the Ace of Swords. Right. Okay. So I feel like here we may be talking about divine masculine, divine feminine, two people coming together. I feel like here that this person's going to come bolstering in with a big offer for you, but it's like you're offering a little offer back again. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean that if somebody wants a lot, like, let's just, forget about all the dating, let's just move in together, let's get married. But what you're doing here is you're pushing back and you're saying, in the past, there have been reasons for me not to trust you or not to feel like you're doing the right thing by me. So guess what? We are going back to the beginning and we're going to start from the beginning. I want to get to know you better. Let's start by dating. Let's just do a couple of dates and see how things go. You're not traveling fast here. You don't trust with that Tower and Seven of Swords that what you want is available to you here. So you're going to tiptoe, because I feel like somehow or another this person is very significant to you, but maybe things didn't go so well the first time around. Maybe you dated, this person was pushy and you pulled back. Maybe there was a breakdown of some sort of communication here, I think especially with the Ace of Swords. And you are asking here to go back to the beginning. You're saying to this person, I don't really trust where this energy is taking me, so let's start right at the beginning. So there's a love offer being brought to you here, possibly by somebody who could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or somebody who's been a little cold in the past, maybe a little hard to work with. I feel like here that this is very sort of like energy of some sort of return with that World card, like something has gone full circle. And I feel like here with this Seven of Pentacles and this Ten of Pentacles, this time around you're investing in yourself. So you're not willing to just go down the path that this person wants to take you, especially if they were a little dominant with things before. I don't think that you're being unreasonable. I just think that you're being a bit more self-respectful, and this time around you're asking for what you want. I think that that sort of, to me, seems like a reasonable way to start something off. I also feel that, when you meet people, sometimes they just want to do the easy thing. I remember this guy taking me on a date once, and then we went on a second date because it was quite pleasant. So I decided to go on a second date. And on the second date, he said to me, oh, I can't wait to get this dinner thing over and done with, and we can just sit and have pizza and watch movies. And I was like, really? On the second date? No, that ain't going to happen. So I feel like that's the sort of energy I'm getting across here, where you're saying, no, we're not going back to where things were. I want to take things easy this time. I want to do things not my way, but I want to do things in a way that is really slow and steady, and we'll see how things go. All right, let's see what the wisdom of the Oracle has to say. Oh, there it is. To be fair. Okay, let's see what that says. To be fair. Balance, justice, a need to consider options, mutual benefit, the law of cause and effect. Life offers experiences that are challenging and experiences that are nourishing, yet over time they strike a balance. You move from stasis to doing, from discovering to loving, to letting go to being again. Life is a pendulum. So I guess here it's talking about accepting things without judgment. So if things haven't worked out before, it's not really good to dig up the past and keep rehashing stuff. Maybe make a decision to sort of go through everything at the beginning, and then once that's done, just leave it behind, because the past has no bearing on this. But if you have learned from your past mistakes, or you've learned from somebody treating you really poorly or disrespectfully, then the past counts in that you are bringing the lessons forward with you. But if you keep rehashing what went wrong in the past, if you keep living in the past and you can't let it go, then there's a problem there, and it's probably not going to work out again. So when you hold on to the past, when you keep chewing it over, ruminating on it, all you're doing is slowing down your progress, and nobody wants to work with that. So I will leave you with that. Thank you.